question. So my career or my life started quite a long time ago. And before I even go into my presentation today, I would like to mention that I'm one of the longest members that have been supported by Cecily's fund through our local partner, BISO. I'm sure Mr. Kataso sitting over there should be able to clarify that. Yeah. So growing up in Chazanga, most of you might not know where Chazanga is. Chazanga is actually north this side. So I grew up in Chazanga. I never had any hope or dream that I'll ever set my foot in a classroom. So at some point, I remember it started on a funny note though. At some point, me and my auntie, we took my cousin who was then in school, so went to Chazanga Basic School. Kapanana Basic School. So when we went to Kapanana Basic School to correct results, as I was seated there in the classroom where they were correcting results, so I saw certain papers because it was around December there. So now, I was trying to read a certain word and there was a teacher just seated a few meters from me. So she saw how I was struggling, trying to read that word, and she was just looking at me and just trying to see what I was going to do. And up to date, I've never forgotten how I got myself into school, because the issue was, there was a paper there, it was written what we call Christmas right now. Then me, in trying to read that, because I'd known that there was Christ and Mass, so I read out the word saying Christmas. And everyone else in the room started laughing at me. And one teacher at the corner called me and said, "Which school do you go to?" Then I said, "No, me, I don't go to school. I'm just here because of my cousin." So then the teacher said, "Who did you come with?" Then she called my auntie. My auntie was actually volunteering at BISO when they were coming up with the structure that we have at BISO. So she was there. Then they told her, she had a bit of information and said, "I think you need to put this boy into school because he has shown the zeal that he might actually learn and do something and maybe be productive in the future." So that's how my auntie said that. But as we don't have money to take him to school. Then he said, "No, you can try Bafano." Then luckily they had started recruiting, probably between 1999 2000. Then she took me the following day. She said, "Let's go to BISO." Then I went to BISO, got there, then they told me to say, "Okay, you can report next week on Monday." So upon reporting, I came to school without shoes, without books, and lucky enough, BISO was providing certain necessities like books and stuff. So when I reached there, got into class, I think I only stayed there for a year or so, then the teachers realized, then they said, "No, this one has to go," because Wafano is a community school, so they said, "No, they have to be taken to a government school." So luckily, I went to Kapanana Basic School. That was my first school. The rest is history. Started grade 7, passed 9, passed, I think, all my life I've been educated this side. First school, Kapanana. Second school, Chazanga Basic. Then the last school was Highland Secondary School. So my life has been in Chazanga. So the next thing was, he said, "What to Chazanga?" Because even our education, we've done it in Chazanga. Where else can we go? Even everyone else was saying, "But Jack, your home is Chazanga. There's nowhere else you're going to go. You're just wasting your time in terms of education." But there was one thing that was very unique about the services that we used to get from Wafano through BISO. When we completed school, we sat down and said, "What else can we do?" Even before, my friends could say, "No, there's no way that we can actually go out. BISO will educate you up to secondary level." And I said, "Okay, maybe we can try and find out, try to find out what else we can do." Then in 2012, 2013, we started up a small business with my friends. Then luckily, BISO introduced a program called Fresh Start. I think Mr. Nyasulu there should remember very well. Yeah, so when they introduced that program, we were the first people that were trained in entrepreneurship. And when we graduated, our business was already functioning. Then the knowledge that we got from the Fresh Start program gave us even a bigger picture of what business can do. Because even the companies that we work for, that's business. Most of us go to school and say, no, me, I want to be educated, then I get a job somewhere. But you don't realize that you can own a business and employ others, because business itself is employment. So after we realized that, Mr. Kataso saw that we're actually doing business and it's in the ghetto, it's Chazanga. So the money that we make, we never had a plan for it. So Mr. Kataso told me in local language, Tama Jackson, kavieni kuskulu, kapena mnumu Chazanga. I remember that. So I told him, sir, me, I can't go to school. Who is going to pay for my education? Then Mr. Kataso said, this thing I remember up to date. And I keep telling even my siblings, and you might find it very useful to know that I'm the only person in the entire family that has ever done tertiary education. So everyone looks up to me and says, no, because others have role models from somewhere else, others have role models on TV. But me, even the little ones at home, they'll say, I know me when I grow up, I want to be like Uncle Jack. Yeah. So it's not really an easy thing. Mr. Kataso played a very huge role. He told me to say, no, don't worry about where the money is going to come from for you to go to college. What really matters is the results. Just work hard in school, make sure you get the right results, you'll be in school. And in 2017, I think Mr. Kataso will remember when I applied at Evelyn Home College, the letter came to you in your hands. Then I think I was about to go home, then you said, Jackson, there's something here for you. In 2017, I enrolled. The bursary names had not yet come out, so every time someone comes and asks to say, who has not paid here? Me, I would say, no, I'm going to pay right now. Until that time, when the names came out, when the person came and said, well, who hasn't paid here? Then I said, me, I've paid 200% for the 3 years that I'll be here. So now, just to make the story short, I went by saying a quote, which I just came across today, which says, giving is not about making a donation. It's about changing lives. And the people that you are seeing right here were a product of that commitment and hard work that people have put up somewhere. And we are very proud, and we are here to say that we can all make a difference somewhere, somehow. You don't know the lives that you might actually change in the near future. Me, I never had dreams or hope that I will come out of Chazanga, or maybe be different or be a role model to my friends out there. I currently work for a very successful company, and I'm there because I've displayed characteristics that were taught throughout my entire career at BISO, through the people I'm with. I think Mr. Chinika, I remember my first job, I was staying at your place in Indola. So it's not an easy thing, but we can all make a difference and make sure that we change someone's life out there. It begins with all of us here. Thank you so much.
I am aware that we are running short of time and we'll push through. So stronger communities is a necessary step towards helping poor communities become more resilient and